dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back from TUS. So today we want to point out some chapters you want to do in your exam, particularly in chemistry, and the date. So this final exam you will do this day is 10th June. So you will do that day your exam, particularly in chemistry exam. So which chapters are you going to revise? So the chapters are what? Number one, you have to. Number one is what we call periodic table. Number one, periodic table. So you have to read periodic table. So which areas are you going to revise? The definition of periodic table. Say the differences in between group and what we call a periodist. You have to understand what we call periodicity. For example, atomic number increases across a period, so you have to bear in mind that one. Some differences in between metals and non-metals. You have to bear in mind what we call group 1, the properties of what group 1 metals, what we call alkali metals, say group 2 metals, say halogens, what we call noble gases. These 4 groups are very important. So each group should have what properties, so you can list. So in the exam, you have to memorize, you have to list, you have to state any 3 properties of group 1. And when I say properties, it can be physical or chemical. It can be physical or chemical. So the most important thing is what you have to read this chapter, periodic table. What about the other chapter? The second chapter should be what we call crude oil. You have seen this one. Well, you have seen this one, crude oil or carbon and these compounds. So we have seen this one, crude oil or carbon and these compounds. So the most important thing is what crude oil, distillation, what we call fraction, what we call the different types of fuel, kerosene, gasoline. So what are they? Number three, the last chapter, what we call acids and bases. Say acids and bases. So we didn't finish this chapter, but you have to know definition of acids, definition of bases, some properties of acids, some properties of bases, reactions of acids we have there. Again, you have to add this one, indicators. We came across indicators. So acids and bases, crude oil, periodic table. So the last one is what? The last one is what we call so okay, that's all. So for Form 2 is bear in mind you have to read these 3 chapters: periodic table, crude oil, acids and bases. Okay, thank you very much.